Part 1 of Chapter 6, called the Yoga of Meditation. Sri Krishna speaks. He who does the task dictated by duty, caring nothing for fruit of the action, he is a yogi, a true sannyasi. But he who follows his vow to the letter by mere refraining, lighting no fire at the ritual offering, making excuse for avoidance of labor, he is no yogi, no true sannyasi. For you must understand that what has been called yoga is really a sannyas, since nobody can practice the yoga of action who is anxious about his future or the results of his actions. Let him who would climb in meditation to the heights of the highest union with Brahman take for his path the yoga of action. Then, when he nears that height of oneness, his acts will fall from him, his path will be tranquil. For when a man loses attachment to sense objects and to action, when he renounces lustful anxiety and anxious lust, then he is said to have climbed to the height of union with Brahman. What is man's will, and how shall he use it? Let him put forth its power to uncover the Atman, not hide the Atman. Man's will is the only friend of the Atman. His will is also the Atman's enemy. For when a man is self-controlled, his will is the Atman's friend. But the will of an uncontrolled man is hostile to the Atman, like an enemy. That serene one, absorbed in the Atman, masters his will. He knows no disquiet, in heat or in cold, in pain or pleasure, in honor, dishonor. For when a man's heart has reached fulfillment through knowledge and personal experience of the truth of Brahman, he is never again moved by the things of the senses. Earth, stone and gold seem all alike to one who has mastered his senses. Such a yogi is said to have achieved union with Brahman. He who regards with an eye that is equal friends and comrades, the foe and the kinsman, the vile, the wicked, the men who judge him, and those who belong to neither faction, he is the greatest. The yogi should retire into a solitary place and live alone. He must exercise control over his mind and body. He must free himself from the hopes and possessions of this world. He should meditate on the Atman unceasingly. The place where he sits should be firm, neither too high nor too low, and situated in a clean spot. He should first cover it with sacred grass, then with a deer skin, then lay a cloth over these. As he sits there, he is to hold the senses and imagination in check, and keep the mind concentrated upon its object. If he practices meditation in this manner, his heart will become pure. His posture will be motionless, with the body, head and neck held erect, and the vision indrawn, as if gazing at the tip of the nose. He must not look about him. So, with his heart serene and fearless, firm in the vow of renunciation, holding the mind from its restless roaming, now let him struggle to reach my oneness. Ever absorbed, his eyes on me always, his prize, his purpose. If a yogi has perfect control over his mind and struggles continually in this way to unite himself with Brahman, he will come at last to the crowning peace of Nirvana, the peace that is in me. Yoga is not for the man who overeats, or for him who fasts excessively. It is not for him who sleeps too much, or for the keeper of exaggerated Virgils. Let a man be moderate in his eating and his recreation, moderately active, moderate in sleep and in wakefulness. He will find that yoga takes away all his unhappiness. When can a man be said to have achieved union with Brahman? When his mind is under perfect control and freed from all desires, so that he becomes absorbed in the Atman and nothing else. The light of a lamp does not flicker in a windless place. This is the simile which describes a yogi of one-pointed mind who meditates upon the Atman. When through the practice of yoga the mind ceases its restless movements and becomes still, he realizes the Atman. It satisfies him entirely. Then he knows that infinite happiness which can be realized by the purified heart, but which is beyond the grasp of the senses. He stands firm in this realization. Because of it, he can never again wander from the inmost truth of his being.